Welcome to The Force Always. My name's David, or Dave, or AKA Diz, whatever you like to sort of think, or whatever. Anyway, this is the review for AHSOKA Episode 5, Shadow Warrior. Straight off the bat, 8.5 out of 10. It was consistent and a great story. Very weird and trippy in parts. To the people who don't really know the Clone Wars animated series and or the Rebels animated series, are going to be a little bit lost with this sort of trippy area that we saw. And this is a spoiler, and there will be spoilers. Anakin Skywalker and AHSOKA together, and even the Darth Vader type shots. The world between worlds is best described as a pathway to the timeline points in Star Wars. Particularly if you want to travel to the past or maybe the future, that is where you would go, more like the past. And so I think it's a bit of a cheat in ways, but at the same time it is something that's fresh, and it does look good as live action. It does look good as animated when we saw that first time happen with the world between worlds. The whole Anakin and AHSOKA thing was, the interaction, the storytelling was great. It sort of expanded on the story, but sort of went in areas that we sort of knew of. But it was really, really a lot of fun. The visuals in this was amazing, especially with the de-aging of Anakin twice in two different particular time periods, close time periods, but still different. And the background shots really, really good. There is a little bit of sort of green screen look to this series. A little bit, not so much in this particular episode, which was great. But really, this was a fun and informative type of episode. 51 minutes it went for, including credits. And it was interesting. But you really do have to sort of get into a little bit of the Clone Wars or Rebels animated series to sort of get a lot of what was happening in this particular episode. But at the same time, it did sort of have you understand in a basic sort of sense. But anyway, 8.5 out of 10. There's only 3 episodes left. It's a series that is really building and being consistent. The first 3 episodes were good. Number 4 was great. This one, number 5, was close to being great. But that's it. It really a whole lot of fun. And so my review is a little bit late this week, but it will be back again next week as per usual. We actually get it in the day. I'm from Melbourne, Australia, so we sort of get the particular episode about midday or 1 p.m, which is great, but everyone's at work. And then sort of create that time after work to do that. And people, I think, in LA or maybe New York are getting it sort of early to mid-evening, which is much better for those guys. So that's partly why the review is a bit late. I sort of had to sort of get on with other things around in my regular life. Anyway, until next week, my friends, and I will be here next week for another review of AHSOKA episode 6, that will be. Until next week, my friends, from Michael somewhere in Werribee South, keep rocking.